Well, folks, it's time to explore the upcoming Duels reveal. I think this update's really in a league of its own. Some might call it a major renovation. I suspect there will be at least a few things you'll love. It's kind of like a whole new brand of fun for Duels. So without any further ado, it's Finley time to show you what's coming to Duels. Yeah, that's right. Duels is getting 4 new heroes, and if you didn't guess yet, they're the League of Explorers. It's Reno and Elise and Bran and Sir Finley. And they're going to look a little familiar because these heroes are based on their appearances in the Tombs of Terror dungeon run. That means they're dual class, and their hero powers and signature treasures are based on the versions from the dungeon run, but tuned up and rebalanced and refreshed specifically for Duels. So I'm not going to be running through all the changes to the hero powers and signature treasures in this video. You can stay tuned for the patch notes to see those. But to give you an example, both Senior Navigator and Senior Scout got some pretty big changes to make sure their power level is fair for Duels. Here's another cool thing about the League of Explorers and Duels. If you already unlocked their hero powers and signature treasures back in the day by playing through Tombs of Terror, they're going to be unlocked for you in Duels on day 1. So you just get bonus free unlocks. If you didn't play through Tombs of Terror, don't worry. You can still unlock them through gameplay in Duels. You don't have to have any collection requirements for these. You just need to play and they'll naturally be unlocked over time. And that's not all that's coming to Duels. We're also getting some new passives, many of which are going to be tied into Voyage to the Sunken City. For instance, there's Edge of Dredge. No surprise, this is a Dredge synergy card. It reads, after you dredge, draw a card and shuffle your deck. So helping you fuel some of those dredge choices by giving you some card draw immediately to get the card you just dredged for. There's also Coil Casting. After you play your first Naga each turn, you're going to add a random 1-cost spell to your hand, so giving you some spells to help fuel all of those different Naga synergies if you lean into a Naga game plan. And then finally, Forgotten Depths. I like this one a lot because it's about colossal minions. At the start of the game, put 3 colossal minions on the bottom of your deck. They cost 3 less. So giving you some immediate dredge payoff here with some cheap colossals. I'm going to be playing this one a ton. Now, on top of all those new passives, there are also going to be a bunch of balance changes to current heroes, signature treasures, and maybe one passive that'll make waves. But I'm not going to talk about all that in detail. There's a lot to get through, so stay tuned to the patch notes for that. I just wanted to let you know balance changes are coming. I think you'll find a lot of the currently underplayed signature treasures will have more reasons to play them. So before I go, I did want to take a look at each of the new heroes and propose a cool deck idea for them based on one of their hero powers and signature treasures and some new Sunken City cards. So for instance, with Reno, I'm envisioning a world with Relicologist for little spell damage, Reno's Magical Torch for a spell that can pump out lots of damage and get shuffled back into your deck, and Commander Sivara from the Mage set to help get extra Reno's Magical Torches in hand and shuffle extra versions into your deck for lots and lots and lots of burst damage potential. For Sir Finley, I'm eyeballing Scales of Justice, which can fill your hand with a bunch of 1-mana Murlocs, which are very cheap minions to play alongside Bioluminescence, which might give you some kind of crazy burst damage potential. I don't know why I'm going for all these spell damage shenanigans, but here we are. For Elise, it's all about Starseeker, giving you a bunch of Moonfires in your hand throughout the course of the game, and then using Priestess Valish for some kind of huge mana refresh turn. We've just played a ton of spells and refreshed a ton of mana. That could be pretty sick. And then for Bran, I think it's probably got to be something with Lady Ashvane and the well-equipped hero power. That way, you always got a weapon up for her to buff immediately. And then maybe you got Old Faithful in the deck as well to buff that up to make it even stronger too. Might be a little slow, but just sounds fun to go all in on weapons, especially when Duels has some pretty crazy weapon options on top of those. So yeah, that wraps it up for my duels reveal. We got so much stuff coming. 4 new heroes is completely insane. That's more than we've ever had before added into the game all at once. So that's going to be a big shift. We got lots of new passives. We got Sunken City cards. We got balance changes. This is a big one for duels. So cannot wait to get in there. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on these. Again, I know you didn't get every detail of everything. That was by design. Stay tuned for the patch notes, release day, all that stuff. You'll learn more about all the specifics. But all in all, hopefully this was still a fun little teaser and announcement to get you excited for duels. I know I am beyond pumped. So I'm ready to dive into this. That said, thanks as always for watching. And until next time, game on.